Namaskar. In this video, I am going to talk about something very special. It's going to be very interesting to a lot of people. I guarantee that anyone who watches this video, everyone who is watching this video right now, you will get to experience the energy of Ketu in your chart. Something in you will be activated and you can say triggered, okay? And that will actually make you feel your Ketu. Because the energy of Ketu is very stinging, okay, just like a bee stings you, that's how Ketu's energy stings you. Although it's very subtle, it's on a very small microscopic level, and you can say that very subtle energy, okay, not everyone can feel that. And if you're trying to feel your Ketu's energy, it's almost impossible. But in this video, if you watch it carefully and if the energies are aligned, then you might get to feel the Ketu. And in this specific video, I am going to talk about one mystical, powerful, the most important, okay, out of the 10 Mahavidyas that we know, one is Dhumawati, okay, and this form of Mahavidya, of mother, is very much feared among all of people. People who don't know about her, if they see her picture, they will get frightened. Okay, people who know about her, they won't talk about her, they won't tell you anything about her. People who do her upasana, let's say some sadhaka who do the Dhumawati sadhana or something like that, even they will not tell you enough, because her energy is so devastatingly strong. It can create, but it can also destroy. And before the creation happens, you need to destroy something. And her energy is so vast and so, you can say, quick to action. It's so quick to action. Even let's say by taking her name and knowing about her, reading about her, you will be activating the Ketu in your chart. It doesn't mean that she rules Ketu or she is the deity to worship for to make your Ketu better. The thing is, the energy of Ketu, what Ketu is just energy, okay, present in the whole cosmos, and we name it Ketu. Through the ancient text, you can find the you can say hints or backgrounds about Ketu, okay, the stories about Ketu, and the energy was named Ketu. But where does this energy come from? This energy comes from Mahavidya Dhumavati. Let's say if she's walking on a road, Dhumavati, and behind her small energy fragments are, dripping out her body, dripping out of her hairs, and that small amount of energy becomes Ketu. And that small amount of Ketu comes in this world and comes in your chart, and it gives you the results of as Ketu, as you know of Ketu. So knowing about Dhumavati can actually make you understand the Ketu. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you everything about her, but I might cover a few things about Mother Dhumavati. So let's start. If you look at the picture of Dhumavati, you will see that she is wearing a white sari, okay, and she is displayed as a widowed woman, as like Shiva is dead. Now Shiva has become Shava, because in that display you can see her loss, her suffering, as she is suffering from the loss of Shiva. Okay, and Shiva is not just her husband, as in this scenario, it's the energy of supreme consciousness, okay, supreme Purushatva, masculine energy, you can say, or Bhairav Tattva, you can say, okay. In the form of Dhumavati, she is carrying a winnowing basket, something that farmers use to segregate the hay or dust from the grains. As you may have seen that, or even if you have not, then know that farmers use some specific winnowing basket, something like that, made from bamboo. Okay, made from bamboo, and it is used specifically to differentiate, or you can segregate the dust particles, the hay matters, from the grain. Okay, so what does that mean? I'll come to that. and she's always surrounded by crows. Okay, in the picture if you see that she is always surrounded by the crows, black crows, and she is riding a chariot. The chariot is well adorned, although it does not have any kind of jewels or any kind of, it's not decorated, but the chariot is always shown either in the golden or some specific other forms. Okay, and behind her there is a deserted land. There are no greenery, no sign of greenery, no water, nothing. Okay, no other animals, just the crows. The trees are dried. Okay, and if you look at her body, she is very thin, very wrinkled, and she looks very old. Her hair, it's untied, it's open, and it is white. Okay, and her face, it looks so disappointed. If you look at the face of Dhumawati, it looks so disappointed. And in some pictures you can see that in that disappointment, she is frustrated, just like an old woman or some old men. When in the old age, you can see that some people get very agitated, very frustrated. Even if you did nothing, they will get so angry at you, and then after a few seconds they will get calmed down. So that is what Dhumawati is showing you there. So that is the significance. That is the significance of that picture. She is showing you the loss. Okay, not the love, not that something you have gained. Not the Rajas Tattva. She is not displaying any Tattva at all. Okay, Tamas, Sattvic or Rajas. Nothing. She is displaying what will be the life if everything you have right now will be snatched away from you. Not even your spiritual knowledge will be there for you. That is the significance of Dhumawati. That's why people do her sadhana. Okay, when people don't do her sadhana as a regularly, like from they wake up in the morning and they go and do the sadhana. No. They do the Dhumawati sadhana because of some specific reasons. I can't tell you that. So let's understand the connection between the planet Ketu and Mother Dhumawati. Okay, why this Ketu is getting all the energy from Mother Dhumawati? As I've told you the picture. Okay, I have described you the pictures away right now. I did it now. So you see the loss, you see the detachment, you see the suffering. You also see that she has nothing with her. You also see that she is using the winnowing basket and she is segregating the grains from the hay. Crows are revolving around her. What is crow? Crow signify death. What remains after death? Simply, crows signify what remains after death. Who rides crow? Lord Saturn. Right? Lord Saturn. Hai Crows are black. Oh, I'm talking about black crows. If you have seen some other color crows, I don't know about that. I'm talking about black crows. So the crows, okay. Saturn rides crows. Crows are revolving around Mother Dhumawati. Don't get into this idea that Mother Dhumawati is riding the crow. Some people say that. Right now you need to understand the crows are revolving around her, okay. She is on the chariot, let's say. We don't need to go too deep into Mother Dhumawati right now, because that will be another topic. So that crow, what does it signify? Things which are left after the death of a person or death of something. Let's say some ancestors have died a long time ago in your family lineage, okay. What is left of them? That will always be there until the end of time. Their karma. That is attached, that is ingrained in the blood of your family. Okay. And that's why you go and feed crows to get out of the Pitra dosh. Do you get the resemblance now? Now Saturn, same thing, the karmic debts. Okay. Only thing that remains after the birth, after death of someone, let's say, that is the karmic death, okay, of any person, anything. Even after death of an animal, let's say an animal dies in a jungle or somewhere, crows will come and eat the flesh. Crows are known as scavengers, someone who cleans the environment by eating up the dead and decaying body part, dead and decaying matter in this nature. That is a crow. And that's how the dead and decaying karmas, okay, you have of your ancestors, of your in your bloodline, or maybe you have your own karma, set of karma, bringing in this life from the previous lives. So what are you doing right now? You are praying to, let's say, Saturn, Mother Dhumawati, Baba Bhairav, deities like this, Mother Kali, okay, who are there to dissolve your karmic things. Mother Kali is also associated with the Saturn. In this series, I will talk about all the 9 grahas and their relation with the Mahavidyas. So I started with Ketu. I started with Ma Dhumavati, like out of nowhere. I did not plan it. In the evening, I was just walking, and it just came to me like, let's make one and just start this series from here only. So let's understand the Ketu's energy first. Okay, then I will tell you how Ketu acts in each and every house, and you can relate to that, and you can understand, and you can learn about that. Okay, so just like that, Mother Dhumawati is segregating the grains that she is going to eat later from the hay dust particles. What happens when you eat dust particles, along with the grains, along with the food that you're eating? You will get sick, right? Those things are not supposed to be eaten. Exactly. They are waste materials. They need to, they need not to be included in your food, what you are ingesting. So just like that, let's say you have certain things or specific people in your life. It could be your relatives also. It could be a relative, it could be a friend, it could be your partner, it could be anything, anyone. Okay. So you are hanging around with those people, you are hanging, around that specific thing or specific place, let's say. And that thing or that person is not meant for you in the long run, or maybe that person is creating some karmic blockages in your life. Suddenly the Ketu's dasha will come, or Ketu's transit, some specific transit will come, or Ketu's energy will get activated in your life somehow. It can happen even in anywhere, any place. Okay, it's not necessary that you do something that will trigger your Ketu. There is a very unique way about nature and its timing. No one can understand the nature's timing, except Kal Bhairav. So this thing about Ketu removing your things which you don't need, okay, in your life. Let's say you have a toxic person around you. Okay, then in the Ketu's time, the Ketu's energy, when it will be activated in your chart, that person will be swept away from you. And whenever this will happen, you will feel a greater loss. You will suffer in your own imagination, in your own delusions, because Ketu can also denote your delusions, right? If you look at the Ketu's picture, somewhere it is denoted that Ketu is, wearing this fish. Ketu is placed upon a fish or something like that. Okay, you might see that. And fish is related to the Pisces sign. Pisces is all about delusions, dreams. Whether you are seeing the dreams while you're sleeping or while you're awake, it doesn't matter. That is denoted by the Pisces sign. That's why the Pisces people are very dreamy. They will dream, and you will look at them, they will look so dreamy. You will get attached to them very quickly. They are very emotional beings. So just like that, let's say Ketu in your chart has activated now. All of the things that you have around you that are not, that is not necessary, it will go away. You will feel pain, absolutely will feel pain. That's how Ketu cuts off, na? Ketu will cut off. And sometimes it, removes your own flesh in order to separate you from the dust and hay particles. So that's how Ketu works. Let's say Ketu is sitting in your first house. Okay, we are taking the first house. So you will have to lose some part of you that you don't need anymore in your life. And for a lot of people it happens in their whole journey, in whole life. Okay, it's like one day you are this person, in another month you become something else. It's always an improvement. Okay, so Ketu in the first house is a very specific, very unique placement. If you get attached to a person, let's say you have Ketu in the first house, you are just, in a teenage year, you have not yet developed a crush or love or anything, but suddenly you fall in love with this person. You have Ketu in the first house. Okay, suddenly you fall in with fall in love with this person, new person. This is a new love, this is your first love. You talk, you meet, make friends with that person, you guys started dating, let's say. Now what will happen? Something will trigger either in you or in that person. Mostly it will be that person. In 99% cases it will be your partner, and something will happen, and the relationship will break off. You will become so delusional, okay, that if not delusional, you will become so obsessed with that person that you will try to do everything in your control. Okay, and it does not only happen to Ketu in the first house, it can also happen to the Rahu in the first house as well. And I am talking here about the first love you will have. I'm not talking about the third or second love. Every person have a first love. It could be in a crush form, it could be one-sided, it could be two-sided, anything. I'm not going to the specific right now of love part, because I'm trying to make you understand that Ketu in the first house will dissociate you from yourself only. And in order to do that, it will try to show you that how much people respect you. If you have everything to offer, if you have Ketu in the first house, you will become so kind, and you will try to offer everything to everyone. And suddenly the world will kick you, and it will keep beating you until you understand that you need to fill your own cup. Then you go fill others. And in that manner, many people become a little bit, cold. Okay, because Saturn and Ketu, this planet in the first house, they might break a person to an extent jahan pe they become emotionally cold people, but it happens to only a few. Okay, if there is a good Jupiter in the chart, good Lagan Lord in the chart, then it does not happen. The person becomes a very good person. But before that, you need to go through some trials, and the trial is you need to find your own self. You need to find the self-respect. Ketu in the first house, self-respect. Second house, Ketu, it's like your family, your parents, basically your siblings, okay, and the wealth that you have, and the speech that you have, the kind of speech you have, how you communicate with other people, like how you express yourself, also your appearances. One more thing, wherever Ketu sits, it will give you insecurity regarding that house, fears regarding that house. First house Ketu, you will not like to be in crowded places. You will not like to be the center of attention that much. You may want that other people look at you, other people compliment you, but you do not want to become the center of attention, and you do not want to be in the, let's say, vicinity of hundreds of thousands of people. Okay, because you fear from that thing, because it's not just fear, it's like you want to be alone, you want to be kept in the your own comfortable space. That's Ketu in the first house. Ketu in the second house, you will have insecurity regarding your family, or something related to your speech, something related to your siblings or your wealth, or any kind of thing that you possess. So this is how Ketu gives you insecurity and fears. Okay, now let's see Ketu in the third house. Okay, third house Ketu is like, basically you're a person who wants to take charge in everything, because Rahu is in the ninth house now. So you don't believe in something that other people tell you. You want to believe only in the things that you experience yourself. And you are a person who is unconventional, who do not walk the path that is created by your lineage, tradition, and society. Third house is of courage, and I call the third house the subconscious mind that you can have the access. Okay, so third house gives you the access to your subconscious mind. That's why most of the remedies that are created that are those foundation, the foundation of basic remedies, simple remedies is the third house. Okay, it's a very deep understanding. So in the third house, it is your hands. Ketu in the third house, they will have a very strong hands. Let's say if you have Ketu in the third house, you will have a strong forearms, you will have a strong hand. Okay, you will be stronger in the physical manner. It might be true. There is like hardly there will be any people who have Ketu in the third house and they are weak physically. If they are weak, that means their third house lord is not so well placed. Okay, third house insecurity will be your communication, your speak. Okay, speech and your speaking skills, something like that, right? Because third house is you expressing yourself, and Ketu there will try to disrupt you. And obviously right now I'm making this video about Ketu and also the Mahavidya Dhumawati. There is a lot of things that I need to arrange right now. Okay, this video should not be created right now, but I'm creating it anyhow. And the energy right now I'm feeling is very much different than what I am used to. So basically this Ketu in the third house will give you some kind of insecurity also around, let's say when you are a kid and you have other people around you, your friends, your classmates, people like you hang out with in the children when you are a kid. So in that you will find yourself always trying to compliment and trying to win over someone. Okay, and that will lead you some kind of some people the people who have not developed the emotional sense into themselves and some self-respect, they will try to always impress others by disturbing in between the conversation, by telling them how they feel about certain things. Okay, always trying to take charge, always trying to take the lead. And but the best part about Ketu in the third house is like whatever you put your mind into, you will get it done. If you have a Ketu in the third house, it's a good placement for you, trust me. Whatever you put your mind into, you will get it done. Ketu in the second house, also same thing, but Ketu in the second house requires you to get detached from the thing that you want. Then it will manifest in your life. You should not think too much about the thing that you are desiring. That let's say you want money, Ketu in the second house, you want money. Do not go telling everyone in your family, in your friends, okay, anyone that you are doing this work and you want money, you want this thing. This will not happen. If you are keeping it a secret, then whatever you are desiring, it will come to fruition at some point. Okay, so just like that, Ketu in the third house is also for the manifestation. It's a very well placement for Ketu. Okay, and you have to become detached with the idea of everyone liking you. Third house Ketu, when you let that go, Ketu in the third house becomes so powerful, you will be unstoppable. Ketu in the fourth house, emotional detachment from the mother and the home. You need to learn that. Okay, because if you do not understand the detachment that you require to become something in your profession or career, regarding that you need to be detached from the mother or the home that you live in right now. So basically the best advice for Ketu fourth house that I consider to be very important and very super powerful, that when you are a teenage years, when you are a teenager, after let's say you have done the boards, you leave your home, go somewhere else out of the city, live there, prepare for your further education. Okay, do not stay in your home. Okay, do not stay at your home if you have Ketu fourth house, because if you have, let's say, stayed for at least 4 to 5 years after you have done the class, board classes, after you have done the high school, and you have stayed for 3 to 4 years, then you might not even get a chance to go out of your home, because there will be so much pressure and so much responsibilities on your shoulders that you will not have a chance to grow. Many people face this issue and they will ask what kind of remedy they can do. The remedy is you leave your home, go somewhere else, learn about things, meet with people, okay, apply for jobs, and you do the job. Then when you have earned enough, you can also send money to your home, you can also come back your home. Okay, if that's the case for you, and do something from your home. But for the time being, you need to get away from the home. Ketu fourth house, because Ketu fourth house is the insecurity related to your mother and your emotional side. Okay, the fear The fear of missing out, the fear of abandoning your own comfort zone, that is the Ketu 4th house. Okay, out of all the placement, Ketu 4th house is the only placement that has the potential to either grow you into someone so powerful and so big, or at the other side it can actually make you someone who is hiding in the shadows. So whatever you do, Ketu in the 4th house, try to be detached from the comfort zone. Let's say if you're living away from your home, if you have like left your home a long time ago, but still if you have Ketu in the 4th house and still struggling with some issues related to Ketu, that means you are into a rut. Rut means R-U-T. Rut means that a specific form of action that you are taking every day in every hour, and it is not good for you, it is not well for you, and you need to get out of that situation, that rat race, you can call it, the rat wheel. Okay, the rat spins in a wheel around and round and round. That is you if you have Ketu in the 4th house and in your comfort zone. Okay, so try to be detached from that. Ketu in the 5th house. 5th house Ketu is a very beautiful placement, because in this placement you have the ability to get the blessings from your ancestors, get the blessings from the previous gurus you have in the past life. Okay, and also get the blessings from your parents in a way. Okay, but as I said, it's a beautiful placement. With beautiful placement and beautiful potential comes beautiful challenges. Okay, powerful and let's say stronger challenges you may have to face. Stronger challenges that you may have to face. Okay, because in the Ketu, when the Ketu is in this 5th house, 5th house is your education. Either your education will suffer in some way or other, okay, or your relationship with your father. If both are very nice, then in the love and affairs, the relationship will suffer. Ketu in the 5th house, because you need to be detached with the degrees and the titles and all of that. Okay, Ketu in the 5th house, if you are just running after a degree, trust me, it is not going to end well for you. Do not run after the degree, do not run after a specific title. You need to develop some skills. I'm not saying that you leave education, you complete the education, but do not run after it. Okay, thinking that only the degree will give you everything in the life. Just like that, do not run after the promises made by another person, whether it's your partner or it's your parent or it could be your friends. Ketu 5th house, promises. 5th house is promises. Do you know that? Achha, it's the first time. 5th house is just promises, the promise that you make to someone. If your 5th house is very strong, let's say if you have Ketu in the 5th house, you are the person who, like let's say if you have made some promise to someone, you will keep that promise until you die. But if you have Ketu in the 5th house, in the same way, the people who have made promise to you, they will go, they will forget about their promise. Do you see the irony? So that's how Ketu in the 5th house is. The only insecurity that you will develop, it will be either related to your lacking skills, or some kind of lacking degrees, lacking potential will be there, but lacking what do you say that, a resume, lacking something that you can put in your resume. Okay, lacking your ancestral blessings, because now you have acquired the karmic debts of your ancestor in the 5th house, Ketu 5th house. Okay, so lacking that foundation of promise that person has made to you, but they are not following it, and you becoming fully engrossed in that, you will feel betrayed when people do not make up to their promises. So that's the most important lesson you need to learn in the 5th house Ketu. Do not take seriously the promises made by others. Just live your life and also develop some skills. Now let's say Ketu in the 6th house. Ketu in the 6th house, if you have any disease, let's say if you have any sickness, some kind of simple disease, the sickness, the illness, the disease will not be diagnosed by the doctor, and you will feel sick. Most of the cases, this is Ketu 6th house. You will not know who is your enemy. Well, they can be in your back, they can be in your front, they can be in your side, but you will never know who the enemy is. If you know who the enemy is, then nothing will happen to you. Your enemy will, be taken care of nature itself, even if you are not doing anything. Ketu in the sixth house, that's how it works. If you have Ketu strongly placed in the sixth house, and your sixth house lord is some strong planet, let's say, or you are in the dasha of the sixth house lord, and Ketu in the sixth house, then you will develop some keen perception, and that perception comes with a lot of betrayals and lot of sadness that you have gone over past lives and this life, because Ketu is now traveling from fifth house, from the sign of Leo to the sign of Virgo, right? From the sign which is ruled by Sun, it is going to the sign which is ruled by Mercury. So do you get the idea that from the Sun you faced the problems related to your ancestors, okay, related to the promises, related to something that you needed to develop in your potential, fifth house. But now that you have come to the sixth house, as you have developed the skills, as you have developed and won over all of the let's say things that you were working on, now you have made some enemies, now you have invoked some, you can say, toxic energies around you, and they will try to hurt you in the Ketu sixth house. And in the 12th house Rahu, you will want to run away from the problems. Okay, this is how Rahu in the 12th house works. People run away from the problems, and obviously running away is not a sign of coward, as you all know about the one story where someone special ran away from the a battle. So running away is not a sign of cowardice, it's a sign of let's say you are not, you don't want to take part in the thing, you want to be left alone, you are good. So Ketu in the sixth house, sometimes you need to fight. What would have happened if Krishna was not in the Mahabharata? Like he would have said, oh jao Arjun, jo karna hai karo, lado, I don't want to take part in this. What would have happened then? Okay, so sometimes you need to fight, sometimes you need to be at least present in the battlefield. Krishna did not fight, but he was present. Just like that, you don't have to fight with Ketu sixth house. If you have Ketu sixth house, you don't have to fight. Just be present. The things will be taken care of on its own. The only insecurity you will have with your work, okay, that you don't have this a specific thing that people possess. Let's say you don't have discipline. These are the things that you will be insecure about, and these are the things that you will be fearful about. So fix these things, you will be good. Okay, Ketu in the seventh house, partner, marriage, specifically marriage. And when I told you about the Ketu in the first house, I also told you that you will have some kind of loss regarding this commitment thing in your partner, with your partner actually. And when that happens, that clears out a karmic thing. Have you ever heard that people with Rahu in the seventh house or Ketu in the seventh house goes through divorces or 2 or 3 marriages? Well, even in the previous ages, like in the ancient time, there were only marriages. There was no commitment level relationships, right? But now, before marriage, you get committed into a committed relationship. It could be 1 relationship, 2 relationship, 3 relationship. This is how the things things are working right now in the world right now. Okay. So by marriage here, it means 1 serious committed relationship. Let's say if you have Rahu Ketu in the 7th house, obviously the first relationship is not going to work out. If it is working out for you, then know that you are 1 in the billions. Okay. If you have Rahu Ketu in the 7th house and your first relationship is working out till now, and there has never been a quarrel about this thing, there has never been a separation, there has never been some third party involved, some other guy or some other girl involved in that relationship, there has never been any dispute, there has never been any kind of separation, and you are still together while you have Ketu and Rahu in the 7th house or the first house, that means you are 1 in a billion. So this you need to understand. Rahu Ketu in the 7th house, you need to become detached with the partner you have, with the love you have. You might think this person is from the past life. People has been telling this, I don't know for how long, that if you have Rahu, Ketu, 7th house, people that you are in love with, they are from your past life. It's not true. So it is not true actually. Okay. That if you have Ketu in the 7th house or Rahu in the 7th house, the person that you are with, that person is from the past life. It's not true. Absolutely not true. Okay. Anyone could be from your past life. You don't know that. And you don't need to know that. The person you were married to your past life, it could be in the form of, let's say, a friend. It could be in the form of a sibling in this life. Who knows? It could be even in a form of a parent. It could be even a form in any one of the relatives. You don't know that. And it could be in a form where he is working, he is, staying thousands of kilometers away from you. And you don't even know that person. So saying this, that this person that I am with right now is from the past life, is actually a very, how to say, a bullshit thing to say. Okay. So know this. If you have certain placement in the 7th house like Rahu, Ketu, okay, Saturn retrograde, and also some other placements like 7th house Lord in the 8th house, and 8th house Lord is very malefic. 7th house Lord with Ketu, 7th house Lord with Saturn, 5th house Ketu, Rahu. These placements are not bad. These placements just tell you, that you don't need to get attached to somebody or something. If someone is wanting to live your life, let them leave. If you want to cry, then cry. If you want to feel the loss and suffering, please do that. If you feel the pain, then that pain will not turn into something else, and it will not be, going in your next birth. But if you're not feeling your suffering, if you're not accepting your pain, then you are denying the truth that you have faced a major loss. So when Ma Dhumawati is trying to, winnow the basket, just like that, you need to winnow the basket. The only fear you will have is losing yourself. When you have Ketu or Rahu in the first 7th axis, losing yourself in finding other person. This is the fear you will have. I'm talking about the fear and security of Ketu in every house. So this is the fear you will develop since childhood. Your parents will not be together. Your parents will not, treat you well. For some people, your, let's say, friends will not treat you better. And you will only want that one person. And if that person is not in your life, you will just dream about that person. Why are you dreaming about someone who has not even came in your life? Why are you dreaming about someone who does not even give you attention? That's the lesson the Ketu will teach you in its transit, in its dasa. So this is the lesson you need to learn. Ketu in the 8th house. Same thing will happen here. All of the things combined. Like all of the things I've told you about, the first house Ketu, 2nd house Ketu, 3rd house Ketu, all of the things will happen in the Ketu when the Ketu is in the 8th house. But it will happen very, very slowly in a very, good manner. That's why Ketu in the 8th house, these people don't suffer much from the Ketu only. But if, let's say, there is Saturn and Ketu together, and Saturn is let's say if the Saturn is a lot of 8th house and Ketu is in the 8th house, then things might get a little bit rough. When Saturn is involved, when Moon is involved, Ketu and Moon, not a good combination, trust me. But if you have it, there, I see, a coin has two faces, okay? You can say one is good and one is bad. So if you look at the Ketu Moon, obviously the malefic situation is there, but there is also very much same amount of benefic also. Only issue is, until and unless you learn the art of detachment, your Ketu will travel all the planets. If it's Moon, Jupiter, it doesn't matter. So just like that, Ketu in the 8th house, your fear is unknown. You don't know what you fear. Your anxiety will pop up from anywhere. Rahu in the 2nd house, you will try to oversee everything. You will try to, overdo. Okay, it's like bragging. Rahu in the 2nd house, these people brag a lot. Rahu 2nd and Rahu 1st and Rahu 3rd house. It's like the position of Rahu where the person will brag. Mostly Rahu 2nd and 3rd. So when they stop bragging about everything, they get their things done. When they are bragging, they will not accomplish anything. राहु थर्ड एंड सेकंड. सो जस्ट लाइक दैट राहु सेकंड में और केतु एट्थ में. यहाँ पे क्या है? मिस्ट्री ऑफ अननोन, सॉरी फियर ऑफ अननोन, fear of the mystical, something that will happen to them, like they don't know where the attack will come from. Okay, insecurity is from within. Their insecurity is only that they want to be they want to fit in the society, they want to fit in the group. Second house, they want to fit in the group. Okay, Rahu second house children, they acquire all the things their parents teach them, knowingly or unknowingly. If the parent is smoking in front of a children who has Rahu second house, the kid will go out and he will also smoke, and he or she. Okay, if they get the chance. This is the Rahu second house. If you have a kid who has Rahu second house, do not do anything bad in front of them. Do not do anything that you don't want your children to do, because they will do that, trust me. They will at least try one time what you are doing in front of them, because they don't know how to differentiate between good or bad right now. Rahu second house, they will learn. Even if they do how to differentiate between good and bad, they will do everything that you are doing. Rahu second house acquires from a large perspective. They have a very big mouth. When you have a big mouth, you will ingest everything, not something specific. Okay. And also Ketu in the 8th house is so beautiful. It's like the divine intuition will work through you. Also the non-divine means something dark, but that only happened to few people. In the 9th house, okay, it's like your trauma will come from your father basically, if you have any trauma. Otherwise, if you have a very good and lovely relationship with your father, then your Ketu is fine. This is a trick actually. If you have Ketu in the 9th house and you are very much on good terms with your father, with your guru, then you have a very good Ketu. If you have a very rough patch with your father, Ketu 9th house, then your Ketu will trouble you in some way or another, because your Ketu is trying to teach you. Let's say if you will say that my father is not so good, he does not have a good quality or personality. Even then you have to at least show him some kind of respect. If you don't talk to him, like let's say if he's living away from your family, some people have that problem, then you don't have to go there and ask for forgiveness, or you don't have to talk to him. Just be in your present mind, and just tell God that okay, I forgive everything, I want to move on from this, whatever this is. So Ketu in the 9th house is a very good placement, because you will develop some luck through detachment. Also, all the Mahavidyas, okay, all the 10 Mahavidyas, they can invoke luck very significantly in anyone's life. And when I'm talking about Dhumawati here, she can invoke the luck in you. Ketu 9th house is of luck and divine blessings. Okay, when you are detached from everything, when you don't say what you're going to do and just do it, your luck will be in abundance, and everything that you are laying your hand on. Okay, third house hands, राहु वहाँ पे जाएगा तो क्या होगा यार, you will be involved in multitasking. So just take one thing, tell no one about it, and do it. It will happen for you. Rahu in the 3rd house, Ketu in the 9th house. This is how it behaves. Okay, 9th house is also fathers, as I've told you. The trauma from the father can actually trigger your Ketu, and it will give you some kind of anxiety or insecurities related to that section of life. Also, it kind of make you people pleaser, because when your Rahu is suffering, when your Ketu is suffering, your Rahu will act out in the 3rd house. So you will want to please other people. So these are the things about 9th house Ketu. Travel. By traveling, you can see other other traditions, other people, and you will learn a lot from them. Go in the mountains and meditate. Your Ketu will heal in the 9th house. Okay, so let's say Ketu is in the 10th house of your chart. So 10th house is of your profession, 10th house is of identity and titles that you possess. The calm karya, not calm, the karya or karam that you do, the dharam and karam, 10th house, ruled by Saturn. Ketu in the 10th house. Most people who have Ketu in the 10th house, they would like to work from home, and they can get the work from home actually, work from home environment, because Rahu is in the 4th house, Ketu is in the 10th house. Their only fear is that what will happen if they lose their job, what will happen if they don't have a career. And many people don't actually build their career when they have Ketu in the 10th house, until they have become so mature and super, let's say, detached from everything. A lot of people will have this problem that they don't have a good career when they have Ketu in the 10th house. Okay, so this happens to a lot of people. Their only fear and insecurities are around the 10th house. What if they will lose the job? What if they don't get the recognition from the society? What if they fail to do anything in the life? This kind of things. Okay, this is the thing that Ketu in the 10th house can give anyone. Only thing you need to take care of is like, while Rahu is in the 4th house, do not get over attached to your home while getting over attached to your work. Find the balance. Whenever Ketu and Rahu is in the 4th and 10th axis, find the balance between work and home, work and in comfortable, work and comfort zone. Okay, work and in your there are two kinds of person living inside you. Okay, two kind of people. One who wants to have a good life, okay, in a luxurious, let's say, not just luxurious, a life filled with laughter, love, and food, good sleep, all the luxuries of life. Okay, and one kind of person who wants to do the work, do the work with passion, with drive, with motivation, and accomplish something. So that person is, one is the 4th house, one is the 10th house. You have that inside you. These are the two desires you have. So just like that, Ketu in the 10th house, you need to become detached with your work while not worrying about it, that what you are going to do. Just focus on what you have learned so far, what is your potential, and do everything that is in your hand. Apply for everything. Do not fear that, okay, I might get rejection and all. No, you need to do everything. And when you have done everything, you will, some way or another, you will get the result. कहीं ना कहीं से कुछ हो जाएगा ऐसे. Also build some foundation with your in your home. Actually, you need some support from the home also. Okay, Ketu in the 10th house. Ketu in the 11th house. 11th house is of gains, any kind of income, and friends, family, distant relatives. Okay, and also your connection with other people. 11th house is of the manifestation that you are doing. Basically, the 11th house is the manifestation sign. Okay, 2nd house and the 11th house, these are the two signs and two houses that denotes the manifestation of you, what you are manifested in this life, in every moment. 2nd house is what you want to manifest. 11th house is what you get. 2nd house is what you want to manifest, your desires and everything, what you are putting out in the world and while acquiring the knowledge. And 11th house is what you get actually in the real life. If you have some malefic in the 11th house, Ketu, Rahu, Saturn, planets like this, okay, then you might have to go through some karmic cleansing. Specifically, when you have Ketu in the 11th house, you need to become detached with your manifested desires, whatever you have desired. If you, let's say, want a PS5, a gaming console, you have put out the information into the universe that you want this thing, but you are every day waking up and thinking about the PS5. No, this will not happen like that. If you want the PS5, just in your heart feel the PS5's desire, okay, long enough, and then work towards it. Whatever you are doing, work towards, save money and do something. And somehow in few let's say related to your karma, okay, in regard to your karma, in some time you will get the thing. But if you are thinking about just PS5 and not doing anything, and you are telling everyone about your manifested whatever you want, this will not come true. This is how 11th house works. Ketu in the 11th house. If you have Ketu in the 11th house, even if you don't have Ketu in the 11th house, manifestation will only work when you are putting out the desire and working towards it. And Ketu just gives you the edge in the 11th house. It is so beautifully and powerful. Rahu 5th house, Ketu in the 11th house. Whatever you want will come true to you. You only have to keep it private and work towards it in any how you can. Let's say if you're just a kid and you don't work, you don't earn money, okay, and let's say your parents are not well funded, that they cannot afford you a PS5 or something like that. So you want the PS5 and you ask me, how do I do that? Okay, so let's say you take up on a task that you are feeding 10 dogs every day. I'm just giving out an example, you can do this. You are feeding 10 dogs every day, and you take up one goal that for the next 365 days, obviously the task is big, na? The PS5 is very expensive, you need to do some kind of expensive work. So you are feeding 10 dogs every day for the next 365 days without stopping and without thinking too much about the PS5. Telling anyone, like, never tell, no, don't tell anyone that why are you feeding the dogs. Just tell them I am feeding by my choice. Every time you go and feed the dog, do not tell the dog that you want a PS5, that's why you're feeding. Okay, the dog will laugh at you. So just feed the dog, go away and go in your home, just study, okay, have a nice life. In 365 days you will see somehow, from somewhere, you will get the thing. So just like that, Ketu in the 11th house, you have this power. Even if you're not doing enough work, you have just put the desire out in the universe, somehow it will come true. Okay, it can also happen to people with Rahu 2nd house, Rahu 3rd house, Ketu 2nd house, Ketu 3rd house, people with Ketu 6th house, okay, and people with the Ketu 1st house, because Ketu has the power of manifestation. Dhumawati, even though she has nothing right now, she has wrinkled skin, she has white hair, she has white sari, and she does not have anything or anyone around her, but she has the power to create. Okay, that's what powerful Mahavidya means. She has the power to create anything and destroy anything. So that's how the Dhumavati is. The Dhumavati, Dhuma means the Dhuma, that is smoke, smoky in nature. Ketu is smoky, right? Dark fog. Rahu is also fog. Ketu is also fog. Okay, so just like that, let's say Ketu in the 12th house. At some point of your life, you will want to just leave everything and just go into the woods alone and do the tapas. If you have Ketu in the 12th house, you must have this thought every day, every single day, that you want to leave everything and just relax. Leave all the Moh Maya behind and just relax, I say. If you are not a spiritual person, let's say Ketu in the 12th house, not a spiritual person, then you want to leave everything that you are right now doing and start something new. Rahu 6th house, right? Ketu in the 12th, Rahu 6th, aa jayega. You will always want to do something new. This is how Rahu 6th house works. Always wanted to do something new. Even when Ketu is in the 6th house, same thing will happen. You will always take up some projects and do not want to finish the project that was previously taken by you, that you were working on. Okay, this is how it happens. So Ketu in the 12th house. 12th house is of let's say moksha, and 12th house is of isolation. 12th house is of relieving from all of your duties or something like that. So when you let go of everything, whatever is there in the chart, 2nd house, 3rd house, 4th house, 5th house, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10, 11, even the 1st house, when you let go, when you become detached to all of these houses and all of these signs, all of these elements, the Ketu in the 12th house will give you moksha. Simple as that. Your only fear is death. And also Ketu in the 8th house, I forgot to mention, the fear is death. Okay, fear of mystery, what will happen after death. Ketu in the 12th house, what will happen if I die alone? Ketu 12th house, so they have this fear that what will happen if I die alone, what will happen if I die and people in my family, they suffer, who will take care of them? That is Ketu 12th house. So don't worry, everything will be taken care of. So this is what Ketu in all of the houses represent. This is how it actually triggers your fears, your insecurities, and all of the pain, loss, suffering, attachment, and all issues. So you need to understand that Ketu does not give you detachment. Ketu gives you attachment, and Ketu teaches you detachment. There is a big difference. Ketu does not give you detachment right away in your hands. No. It gives you attachment to the specific elements and the things revolving around that house, that sign, and the planets it sits with. But it is not giving you the detachment in the first phase. It will give you the detachment when you have become attached to that house now. Now it will take that thing away from you. It will cut with the scissors. Ketu has the scissors. It will cut with the scissors. Okay, now that you have paid your karmic debt, it will be taken away from you. You will be left with nothing but loss and suffering, and you will have to deal with that. When you have come out from that dark night, then only you will gain something from the Venus that comes after the Ketu. Right? In the Dasha system, when you look at, okay, after Ketu comes the Venus. Okay, when you have lost everything in the Ketu, when you don't want anything in your life, that's when Venus will come, and finally nature will give you everything that that you are, let's say, valued of by nature. If you are not valued, if you do not have any kind of, let's say, if you are not valued for any particular thing, nature will not give you. Nature will not let you have the fun. This is just law of nature. You can't fight with that. Ketu will make sure that you lose that thing, and before losing that thing, it will give you attachment to that thing, because until unless you have made the attachment, how will you know that that thing was important to you? And until and unless you have learned the value of how it feels when you have lost something important, how are you going to deal with your own death? So nature is preparing you for your own death. Whole life is the preparation for the death part. And with this statement, I think I should end the video here. Okay, so remember, Ma Dhumawati's energy is everywhere, in every sadness that you see along the way. Like if someone is sad around you, whenever you become depressed, that is the energy of Ketu, and that Ketu's energy come from the droppings of Mahavidya, Ma Dhumavati. Ketu is just a smaller aspect of the Ma Dhumavati. I have not talked about Ma Dhumavati in much sense right now. But whatever I have said here, whatever I have told you, okay, just remember this. The energy of Ketu is everywhere, inside you, outside you. Even if it's giving you trouble, all you need to do is accept. Please accept. Why are you fighting? Okay, let go, surrender. And it does not mean कि अच्छा भगवान सब कर लेंगे, एक बार बोल दिया और फिर बैठ के रो रहे हो. नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है. You don't have to speak anything. You don't have to tell anyone. Just sit down calmly. Take a deep breath. Okay, focus in your heart. Feel the pain actually. Tend to your own wounds. Because when you tend to your own wound, you will be looking at you and you will see how beautiful you are. That's what Ketu wants you to do. It wants you to look at you. Look inside you. Look inside you doesn't mean that you go and inside and meditate and become enlightened. No. Look inside means you are looking inside at your own soul, in your own soul, in your wounds. You are looking at your own blood, your own ugliness. That is what Ketu is, ugliness. It wants you to look at your own ugliness. It wants you to accept that part of you that you are not, trying to accept. You're crying about it. So this is how Ketu will heal you. Ketu is a healer. It is the ruler of Ashwini. Ashwinis are healer. Do not forget that. Ketu is a healer. Okay. Ketu heals you. Only when you are letting it do the operation, the surgery on your wound or on your soul. Okay. So let Ketu take over and accept your pain, suffering, and this will not hurt anymore if you are going through Ketu transit or Ketu suffering or anything. And I will talk about all the Mahavidyas in the next videos. Even if not in the next videos, I will create a series where I will try to connect all the Mahavidyas with their specific planets which they so yeah, that series will come. Until then, just watch this video again and again. Find out what your insecurities are. Okay, find out what your fears are, accept them, face them. Your Ketu will be healed and you will be fine. See you in the next one. Okay.